and welcome back to another nail video. We are currently on day 16 of my mini series 31 Nails of Halloween, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been tuning in. It has been so much fun, but so much hard work. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Crematory operation. Working at one of the last stops for the dead is a place not for the weak-hearted. I've been running this place for going on 10 years now, and I've seen it all: men, women, and children. Sure, it's a sad thing to see, but this job pays my bills and everything else. It's a job like any other job, but you get used to it, the morbid thought after a good time working at one of these places. One afternoon, I was cleaning out the ashes from one of the ovens while another worker was working on the next oven beside me. I hear the person at the front desk hollering out to me, and I came walking into the office break room, and I could see this person was visibly shaking. After a few seconds of her trying to calm down and muster up the words to even speak, she tells me to go look into the freezer where I kept the bodies. Shaking my head and thinking maybe it was someone on the staff pulling another one of those TikTok pranks, which happens a lot around here. I made a U-turn down the hall with one of the workers trailing behind me, and I opened the door to the freezer. I stopped in my tracks, stunned and speechless, as was the worker behind me looking over my shoulder. Almost as clear as day, we saw a middle-aged man wandering in the freezer, looking through the boxes and staggering. But this man was different. This man was almost transparent. His upper body was almost there, but at the waist down, his legs were faded, with nothing below the ankles. My rational mind came into play, hoping this was some sort of trick or holographic projection someone had brought into the building, but this thing was opening boxes of bodies. I look over at my worker beside me, and we slowly backed up while closing the door. I took a deep breath. "What the hell?" I said, as I turned to look at my coworker who had turned into a shaken leaf. I pushed him forward as we walked toward the break room. Standing there were 5 other staff members talking about what they had saw on the security cameras, and all the stories just flooded the conversation of seeing ghosts. I sat there listening to them, and with all of my years of running this place, I had never seen anything like this. The secretary then approaches me and drops a file in front of me, and I open it. Immediately, I recognized that this was the same person I had cremated a few days before. Same facial features, tattoos running down his arm. I sighed and slowly picked up the file and marched back to the freezer and stopped right at the door with the whole staff behind me. I opened the door and took a few steps inside. This apparition took notice of me and stopped. I asked, "Can I help you?" Looking confused, he turns around a few times and says, "Where am I? I don't know where I am." I look at the file and began to read it out loud. "Are you Bob Robert Thomas?" He looks at me with a soft smile and places his hand out. Yes, yes, that's me. I'm Bob." I continue reading. "You died from a sudden brain aneurysm in your home, and your family found you a few days later. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're inside a crematory. Your body was cremated a few days ago, and your ashes were picked up by your family just yesterday. I'm sorry, Bob, but you can't be here anymore." Bob, the ghost, takes a few seconds to process what I had just read to him. He then looks up at me, and with the softest eyes for a man or a ghost, he smiles and says, "Oh, okay then." And just like that, he turns away and walks through the freezer doors, vanishing ever so casually. I watched the whole thing happen along with my brave staff members, and we walked back to the break room. I sent everyone home that day to process what we had just experienced, and the thought of maybe having a priest coming in to bless the place to try to give some of those spirits some rest, and to possibly not have this ever happen again. Some days I think back at Bob and feel sorry for his loss, and most days I hope that he has found his ashes safely in the possession of his family. I mean, no disrespect, but I can't have ghosts scaring away my workers when I'm trying to respect their cremation wishes. And this is how today's set turned out. So cute, very fun and creative. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next nail video.